Good afternoon, everybody. Nate here from NMKL Trader and Trading Academy. I want to take a few minutes today and just share with you the system that I use for day trading. Okay, whether it's trading futures, trading Forex, trading stocks, crypto, currencies, treasuries, EFTs, you name it. It is an effective system. Now, I use two things in this particular trading setup. I use the trend and I also use volume. Okay. Again, trend is your friend and volume. Where are people looking to get into this market? Okay. Very key. All right. Without further ado, I'm just going to share with you a couple of things. Now, today I'm bringing into your knowledge and your skill set. I'm introducing a system. A system is made up of three things. Okay. To make you an effective trader. Number one, you have a strategy, and I'll share that strategy, the trend and volume strategy inside this system. Number two, the second thing that you'll have here is you'll hear me talking about using a 1-to-2, a 1-to-3 risk to reward ratio, account management, risk management. You have to focus on that. Okay. Because what that does is it then in turn develops the psychology that you need to be an effective trader. Okay. Because if you're just using a strategy, that works, but you don't have any account management skills or whatever risk management skills. And what happens is you tend to psychologically start using that trading system, and then you'll trade with, or I'm sorry, that strategy. It'll win for a little bit. And then before you know it, when the market starts to shift or change, because that market does have patterns in different times of the year, or depending on what's going on with geopolitical earnings reports, all these different things that affect the market, then what will happen is you're going to start hunting for other strategies. And then you'll get into that cycle that I've shared with you in the past to where you have a strategy, it works for a little bit, and then you get tired, disappointed, and then you start that cycle again of, I better start looking for another strategy. And then it becomes a cyclic effect where you get looped into it, and it's a never ending cycle. Let me ask you this question. How many of you guys have been in this cycle for the last 2 or 3, 4, 5, 6? I've even seen some traders that have been in it for 15 years. Okay. The point is that is just a strategy. And if you do not employ proper risk and account management, you will never develop the psychology of a trader. Okay. A psychology of a trader is take the emotions out of it. That's basically it. Let me give you a couple examples of that. Let's say you get into a trade and price is moving up and you're in a buy and you're making money. And all of a sudden you get to a point where, well, it looks like the market's just slowing down. I'm going to go ahead and close out the trade. That's emotion because you see the green and you feel good about it. You close it based on emotion. You don't have a technical stop. You don't use technical reasons and a system, a management system, account management, risk management system to tell you when to get out. So over at NMKL Trading Academy, we help you work on that. All right. Let me go ahead and just get into this. But what I'm going to share with you today, if you took everything that I talk about and built a system around it, you can become a successful trader. All these guys out there on YouTube, these gurus, they'll share with you a strategy. They want you to come and buy it. Go to their website. Okay. Or they'll tell you, join my Discord group, but you don't get any one-on-one training. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to do one-on-one training with you, but there's no transparency with these groups. It's difficult. Now, there's a few guys out there that do call all their trades, and they've been highly successful. Okay. Usually they do well, but there's only a few of them. And to get access to them is tough. But back to this. At NMKL Trading Academy, we are here to help you, traders helping traders. And in this particular video, I really want to be transparent in what we are trading with over at NMKL Trader at this point. We've been developing indicators in the past. We've had some training sessions. We've had some ongoing video opportunities. Now we're getting ready to really launch our Discord group and our membership into a group to where you learn our system. You come in, you trade our system, and you make money with us. No BS. Okay. We call our trades. We show you our trades. And you'll simply see that over time it's effective. I'm not here to get you to 80% profitability. I'm not here to get you to 90% accuracy with the trades you call. What I'm here to do is not to teach you how to make money even. I'm here to teach you how to learn account management, how to follow risk management, and to employ those skills day in and day out for 100 trades. Now you do that 100 trades and you find out what your profitability factor is. okay, or your consistent winning rate is after you do those 100 trades. And if you follow those 100 trades mechanically by the account management rules and the risk management rules that we teach you here, then the emotions get taken out of trading, and now you have a system that works. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do with you here is share with you what I teach on my charts. I'm going to lay some ground rules throughout the video. I'm not going to say when and what they are exactly, but you should be taking notes. This is a comprehensive training video on one of the best systems that are out there. Again, I use two things: one, the trend, and two, volume. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and get into this. First of all, I'm going to share with you what my indicators are that I use all the time. The first one is simply the VWAP session. Okay. This comes with the TradingView suite. So if you're using TradingView, you can just go into indicators and type in VWAP. VWAP stands for volume weighted average price. You want to find out how that indicator works? Go out there, get on one of the AI platforms, Gemini, Claude, what's the other one? Chat GPT, and ask it, what is VWAP? Give me a detailed description of it. That will teach you the math behind it. But here's the thing: it's based on volume. All right, it's not a moving average, a general or standard moving average. It's different. All right, it looks at calculated average price based on volume for the day. All right, that's all I'm going to say about it. But what VWAP does is, if I'm just going to open up the settings. I just use the settings that come with it. It has an upper band, a lower band. That's the first upper bands and lower band. It also has VWAP here in the middle. That's the blue line. Okay, the general idea behind this is buy above, sell below. In other words, if you're above the blue VWAP line, you're in a bullish market. If you're below it, you're in a bearish market. Okay, for that day. Now, the only drawback is this resets every day. Some people use a anchored VWAP, but I only need the session VWAP, the beginning of the day, and you find enough trades. We're only looking for a couple trades a day, not 100, not 50, not 20, not no guaranteed amount. We're just looking for a couple trades a day. Because once you learn to analyze the trade, this is another concept I'm using, ATM. Once you learn to analyze, then you learn to place the trade. And then once you're good at trading and you have a good risk and account management, then you're going to learn to multiply the amount of contracts that you're trading. It's as simple as that, folks. And that's how you become good. Now, it takes time to get there, but follow me, listen to what I'm talking about, and you will gain some very critical life skills in trading markets to change your financial situation if you're smart. All right, here we go. All right, so just the VWAP alone, you can look at it and you can see, well, I can actually trade off of this thing. Yes, VWAP, I'm going to share with you. And keep in mind, one last thing, this is a disclosure for lines and zones. This is a disclosure for lines and zones. Everything's not 100% accurate. In other words, these are lagging or in the past indications of what could happen in the future. So price may turn around exactly at or right in the vicinity of either one of these lines or zones. Okay. Now, I want to make that clear because a lot of you guys in the past, when you're trading resistance and support and resistance, supply and demand, or if you're trading fibs, or if you're trading, you're thinking, well, price is going to be exactly at that line. No, it's not going to happen right at that line. Now, sometimes it does, but you have to give enough room in risk management for that stop loss that we're going to always hammer on you about or reiterate at NMKL Trading Academy. That stop loss, you have to give enough room for price to do its thing. All right. Without that stop loss, you're just asking for disaster. Now, you'll hear some people out there on the internet say, I don't even use stop loss. Okay. Well, if that's the way you trade and you got a system, well, more power to you. But here at NMKL Trader, I care about you. I care about giving you a system that provides risk management and account management. Here's the thing: ATM, analyze, which is going to include your account risk management in it. We're going to teach analyzation, and we're going to teach you how to place a trade, and then we're going to teach you how to multiply. Once you learn that thing with the system that I'm going to be teaching you, ATM with the MTS system, market trend system, you're going to become a very valuable trader. All right. Without further ado, I've already introduced the VWAP. You get that for free from the TradingView suite. But what I will share with you is, if you're in the basic, the free form of TradingView, you can only put a couple indicators on there. All right. You have to up it to either premium, or well, premium might be the most expensive, but essentials I think is the next level. Now essentials will allow you to get the four indicators that I'm going to share with you today on here. Okay. So you have the VWAP session and it uses volume. All right. It also uses trend. Like I said, above, we're in a bullish market, the blue line. Below, we are in a bullish market or bearish market. All right. So those are key nuggets to be writing down and understanding. Okay. So that's the VWAP. Now, what I use it for in trading myself, once I put this whole system together, is I use it for confirmation. All right. Let me go ahead and just turn it off, but it's there. Oh, wait. I got to show you how to trade it. You don't need everything on this thing to trade. All right. So one of the things you can do is you can catch price. This is beginning new day here. It resets. That's why it's so close together. Price bouncing off of either the green line or the blue line. You're in a bearish market. You could catch that sell off there. I'm on a 10-minute chart. You break this down to a 2 or a 5-minute chart, and you can see where price goes into this line, and then it starts to sell off. Okay. Then price comes up, goes above the blue line, and you see a bounce. It goes down below it, but then it bounces above, and there's a good opportunity to get in on another buy. And this is the trend, my friend. And when I include the other indicators, the MTS market trend system filter and the market trend system sniper, you'll see what I'm talking about. All right. But this is a bullish trend. So you can catch these bounces off of any of these lines up here up top. Here's a bounce. You could get back into the trend. This is set up so you don't have to do that FOMO thing. You've heard that term a lot. A couple of years ago, I was like, what is that? Fear of missing out. Okay, if you don't get in the trade right away when it first takes off, we'll look for a pullback or a retracement into one of these lines and a bounce. Get in, ride the rest of the trend. You're still making money. All right, keep that in mind. That's another nugget. I'm putting all kinds of nuggets out in this video. I'm not going to establish every one of them, but you need to be taking good notes. So that's good to know. Also in a bearish market, you can see that price bounces off of this and it sells off. Bearish being below. Okay, so that's the VWAP. Let's go ahead and get off the VWAP for a minute. Let's go into the next indicator that I use. It's called volume profile zones. There we go again, volume. All right, now here we go. These zones or these green lines are basically areas of where price could turn around. They are a previous day. They look at basically they mark the previous day high and low. They also mark the fibs at 1.68 and negative 1.68. And then in between, you have yesterday's point of control, yesterday's value area high, and yesterday's value area low. Okay. So let's say in this market here, this is last Friday's market. You can see where price came in and it dropped below, came in and bounced off of this market. There's a good opportunity to sell right there if you use this alone. Okay. I'm teaching you these indicators are tradable by themselves. Now, this is a proprietary indicator to NMKL Trading Academy, and you just have to come on board with us to be able to have access to this. And I'll share with that later on in my channel on how you can get involved with us. Okay. Again, price goes up here, it bounces off. Now we're still in an upward trend here, so I wouldn't sell this. Price gets above it, but retouches this volume profile and then zone, and then off to the races again. So you could have got in here if you didn't get in down here. There we get rid of that fear of missing out. You see how this works towards building the psychology of a trader if you fully understand it? Okay, price gets up above here, rides along a little bit, and then boom, you have a breakout candle. Yes, it comes back and retests, but you get 2 breakout candles eventually, and then off to the races you go up here. And then you can see that price finally slows down and rejects off of that. Okay, folks, if you're employing trade management, which we'll teach over at NMKL Trading Academy, you will learn how to trade this stuff. I teach this thing of where once you get into a trade, take profit at 2 or 3 to 1. Okay, I'm sorry, 1 to 2 or 1 to 3. Let me reverse that. Risk to reward. So your risk is 1 to reward 2 or 3. That way you can always come back. You don't have to be 50% accurate or better to always come back to the table and trade the next day. You can be 40 or 30%, depending on which you use, the 2 to 1 or 3 to 1. Do the math. It's very understanding. When you're trading 3 to 1, you only have to be 30% accurate. Here's an example of that. If you risk 1,000 and you take 10 trades, and let's say you lose 11 times or 7 times, not 11, sorry. You take 10 trades, you risk 1,000. Let's say you lose 7 of those trades. Those 7, that's $7,000 you risked. But let's say you win the next 3 and you make 3,000. Okay, each one of those being 3,000, you've lost 7, but you won 3,000 times 3. That's 9,000. Now take your winnings, your profit, 9,000 minus the 7,000 you lost, and you're still profitable at 30%, $2,000. Wow. Okay. So understanding this stuff is really crucial to risk management. I'm not here to teach you how to make money. I'm here to teach you how to use risk management and employ account management so that, or trade management, so that the next time you come back to trade, you have money in your account. That's the way it is. Now, when you use the ATM principle, analyze, trade, and then you learn to multiply. Oh, wow. Multiplication is now what we call compounding interest. All right. One of the wonders, 8 wonders of the world. That's another nugget, by the way. So I'm going to use the ATM method to teach you how to trade this system, which includes a strategy. It includes account and risk management, and it includes a trader psychology. You follow the first two, and the last one, the trader psychology, is awesome. There's really nothing to it because you become mechanical and technical in your trading. Emotion never plays into it. Now, I think I used this in the last time I tried to do this video, but as prices going up, if you, let's say you do a buy trade and you're like, wow, I'm making good money. Let's say you have a breakout candle that shoots up 3 or 4 or 5, even 700 or $1,000, and you close it out because it feels good. You're really doing good. I made money, but you don't have a target or a managed stop loss. Guess what? That's trading on emotion, folks. And that's what you don't want, because that's what also, that same type of trading is what brings you back to revenge trade, because you start losing trades. All right. So we want to eliminate that altogether. It took me a long time to figure that out. When I did, my world changed. All right. Okay. That's indicator number 2. These zones you can see over, I'll just go over 2 days. You can see where price bounced around off the top of this. When you get in here, you get a an uptrend, and off you go. All right. Here, price uses these zones again. Off to the races we go. You get a pullback into it and off again. And then you can see where it bounces on it. Okay. These volume profile zones are another, like I said, a proprietary indicator to NMKL Trading Academy. All right. Now let's go on down here to MTS Sniper. This is where we start to employ the trend system. Instead of learning ICT or SMT rules, where we can't, they have all these funky things that you have to identify with the market. Just built an indicator that tells you the trend. All right. And when you follow these trend rules, now you have volume and trend is your friend. Awesome. I think so. Okay. So here we go. Let's go ahead and turn on the MTS Sniper. Oh, yes. The MTS Sniper is very easy. You can see the MTS Sniper period is basically set to 40. The T3 period is 5. And there we go. There's volume built into this indicator. 0.618 is our default. I don't really ever change these. I just turn off my buy and sell arrows that should show up in the pane down here, but that's it. Okay. And then of course, for style, I just turn off values in the status line and inputs into the status line. And there we go. Otherwise, it is basically, it's basically ready to go. Plug and play. Now, one thing I'm going to share with you here. You've heard me say this before. Buy on blue, sell on red, as long as everything lines up. I'm providing these tools to you for confirmation purposes. I love it. All right. And then last but not least, the market trend filter. You guys have heard me talk about the market trend filter. All right. Now, the market trend filter, if you look at the inputs, standard filter time frame, I'm going to put it with the charts. Okay. EMA period 300 and change period 5. Don't need to change those. And then when I go to style, I just simply like to turn off the inputs and the values, and we're good to go. So it keeps a clean chart. And my friends, that is all I use for trading. Okay. This is my system. I love it. It's the easiest system for me to trade, because I know, and I can analyze, I can use the ATM method, and I can trade this system, which I call the market trend system. It's going to have built-in strategy. It's going to have built-in account and management principles, account management and risk management principles. And it's also going to, I'll be teaching psychology of trading, but it's all going to be taken care of by the account management and risk management rules. So what you need to learn from this video, after I share with you how to trade from it, is to put 3 categories down. 1, strategy. 2, account and risk management. And 3, psychology of a trader. You're going to see most of the stuff that I teach you in this video from here going forward is going to be risk management and account management. Okay. So now I've preached to the choir a little bit. I need to turn on this trend filter too. I preached to the choir a little bit. But here's the thing. Some of the people in the choir still don't get it. So now I'm going to just change course and I'm going to teach you how to trade the way I trade. It's that simple. Okay. So what I'm looking for here, like I said, is a buy on blue, sell on red. Everything has to line up. Bottom line is this filter down here is my strong trend. It is the undercurrent of the direction of the market. It tells you which way the market is going, the market trend filter. If it is blue, I am buying. If it is red, I am selling. Rule number one to the strategy. Also, rule number one to account and risk management. These rules that I'm giving you develop a mechanical way to trade, a technical way to trade, and that alleviates emotion in the trades. If it's not blue, I don't move. If the market trend filter is blue, I'm only going to take a buy. All right. If market trend system filter is red, I'm only going to sell. And it's totally up to you guys. But that's kind of the way it is. We start with that. What it does is it allows you to trade in the direction of the market. It is the overall underlying current. And let me give you an analogy. I live here near San Diego. If you get a small boat out in the water and you get out past the channel, well, where do you think the current's going to carry you? It's moving from north to south along the California coast. It's going to carry you down to the coastline of Mexico. Okay. So so you have these little motors that get you back into your port, but if the motor breaks down, you know where you're headed. Okay. It's the same idea in the trend. Trade the direction of the trend. Don't counter trade it because you will have more losses in your counter trading than you will wins. All right. I'm just trying to help people that get into this. Counter trend trading, some people make it a big deal. I am just going to stay on it. All right. I'm just looking for good, solid trend trades. So let's look at a trade here. Here's an easy one here. Coming off of Friday, price is already in a sell situation. If you look at the filter down here, I am in a sell situation. So market opens for Friday. Well, actually, this is Thursday afternoon last week. Thursday afternoon here in the United States, Thursday evening here in the United States, but it is new day for the market. And then you start seeing the market go sideways, price drops below. Now, here's another thing too. I use the VWAP as confirmation. I'm going to turn it on. Now, price jumps up above here, so I really don't get in yet. What I do is I wait till price gets down here and it hits this, and then I can get into this sell here. See how beautiful it was? And when I do, I simply, let me grab my sell tool here. Let me find the first drop below. Price bounced off here. So let's go ahead and get in here. Oh, I thought it grabbed it. Sorry. Let's get in right here. All right, now where am I going to set my stop loss? I could set it here at the last swing high. I could set it here at the green band. I'm probably going to go to the swing high. All right, and I want to drop down for remember I said a 1.5 or better to 1. So I'm just going to set it. Always want to have higher than a 1.5 to 1. A 2 to 1. I'm sorry, 1 to 2 or a 1 to 3 is even better. Okay, but for the Asian session, it doesn't matter. All right, and then what I'm going to do is simply mark off the blue area into 3 segments. Okay, those 3 segments are simply areas to where I'm going to manage my stop loss. Now, to get more understanding of how I manage my stop loss, you'll have to come over and join the NMKL Trading Academy. All right, you're going to have to join us in the Discord group. But basically, once I get to that first line, my take profit 1, I move my stop loss to break even. Okay, and then that's basically setting it at where I open the trade. So if the market goes against me, hits my stop loss, I don't lose anything. One thing I lose is a few minutes of being in that trade, but nothing emotionally bothers me because I don't lose any money. Get it? That is a rule. That is an account management, risk management rule. That's called managing your trade. And then when I hit take profit 2, which is somewhere about the middle of that blue area, then I simply drop this down to what would be the first one, which is take profit 1, and the stop loss to take profit 1, and I simply now am locking in my gains. Okay, and then when price hits that third take profit area, then I'm at TP2. I'm locking in gains again. And when price keeps going on, if you can close it at TP3 if you want. That's a technical place where you can get out. You can move this to TP3 if you want to let it keep going. The thing is, you make money. You manage the trade. You can come back and trade tomorrow, or you can take a withdrawal in a few days when you get to the point where you can take a withdrawal. That's how beautiful that is. That's what you learn here at NMKL Trader. Other places don't teach you that. They don't get that much into it, okay? So now that would have been my trade. And I would have managed my stop loss all the way through. We manage our trades here at NMKL Trader. I analyzed, I placed the trade. Now I didn't multiply in this one because I didn't get a pullback into one of those other things. Now on this next trade, I'm going to teach you how we use the ATM method, okay? Let's go on over here. Now, I get a buy trade. All right, when I say buy, I get a buy, but I look below. Does my market trend filter tell me that I can trade? No. Don't get into the trade. It's that simple. There's no emotions about this. Just follow the rules. When you start thinking about it, then the emotions start playing with your mind. Just follow the rules. So it's not blue yet. Let's get over here to where it does turn blue. Okay. I'm above VWAP. I get a blue thing. Now, what I'm going to look for here is a pullback, best price case scenario. I'm going to look for a pullback into this VWAP green line here. And I'm going to watch what happens. Okay, it starts to keep going. Now we get a breakout over here. This breakout, whether it's this one or this candle, doesn't matter to me. All right, but let's go ahead and let's just say we take it here. All right, this is where I'm going to get in. And I say a breakout because I have a big candle. I'm just simply going to put this right here at the VWAP, or you could make it, if you want to make it less risky, move it up to the volume profile line, because price is up here. Price is above this other one. And then let's go ahead and move this up to about a 2-to-1, or you can move it up to, just move it up to the volume profile line up there, put it around a 3-to-1. We don't know if it's going to get up there or not in reality. Okay. But as price goes along here, don't worry about if it goes negative over here. You set your stop loss. Your stop loss is going to stay where it's going to stay. All right. Now, what I would be doing is I would be placing probably about, let's just use this, 3 lines across here. Let's just say one about there. Wow. Is it going to do it? Oh, it won't do it. What's going on here? Let me grab this tool. All right, here we go. Now I can grab it. I'll see what happens now. Let's put that there. I'm going to put 3 lines on here just so you can see what I mean by managing your trade. Okay. Put 3 lines across this. Now you can spread these out or be exact if you want. But these just give me something as a line in the sand to really know what to do with my trade management. Okay, so price takes off. All right, see how it's going there? As price gets above that orange line, I am now, and when I say a price on a candle at close, I'm gonna go ahead and move this up to what we call break even. Okay, right there, that's break even. Okay, see that? All right, that's break even. Okay, oh, wait a minute, sorry. This is break even here. That's where I move my stop loss to break even. Manage my trade if it goes against me, and we're basing it off of this candle that gets above over here, right? So now price does come back down and test this volume profile line here, but then it takes off. Now when price gets up to this line, I'm going to go ahead now and I'm going to move my I'm going to go ahead and move my stop loss up to TP1. This is considered TP1. As it got up to this line up here, it's either going to close me out if I don't move this, the take profit higher, or I'll move this up to here. And now I'm at TP2. I'm starting to lock in gains. Okay. TP1, I lock in gains, TP2, and ultimately TP3 if I want to let this trade run. Well, the ultimate trade was right in this area right here. We stayed just right below, right at this zone up here. So, and then ultimately I could have went up here to TP3 if I wanted to let it keep running. But in this case, it would have taken me out at TP3. So either way is a mechanical trade. Now, if price comes back and hits your stop loss as you're locking in gains, oh, well, you made money. A lot of people might say, Nate, why would I worry about that? Well, it's real simple. You made money. You can come back and trade tomorrow. But you didn't have to get all worried when price started dropping real quick. Okay. It's taking the emotions out of trading. Now, I've shared with you a couple of opportunities, how this system works, how to trade it. It's very awesome. I'm making this video for you guys today so you guys can review it this week at NMKL Trading Academy. And those who are seeing this out on the internet for the first time, stand by because there's going to be more to come. And I'm going to share with you how to get involved with us. Okay. This is Nate at NMKL Trader. I love this market trend system using the ATM Analyze, Trade, and Multiply system. And this is how you can change your financial future. Have a good day, everybody. Talk to you in the trade room.